right as I had gotten done with the first part, I felt called to call this video addressing overstimulation. And again, it's giving in the whole video how it's been a little chaotic, how this can be very overstimulating. But learning to sit presently even with this chaos, whether it's within or outside of you, but addressing the chaos within addresses the chaos without. That's very significant that we don't forget that, right? We operate on a law. Everything that is made manifest in your outside reality is simply a mirror about your internal reality, your internal energy, which is your thinking, which connects you to frequency, feeling, which connects you to frequency, actions, which also connect you to frequency, but more importantly, backed by intention. So you can have positive actions, right? Like those are the things that are going to get you to where you want to go. But because your intention is coming from lack, the fruit must also therefore be from lack, right? So I was talking about subconscious energy earlier and how it's the feminine energy. Again, there's many different ways this is all the same thing and expresses through different lenses, right? So with this subconscious energy, that is what is being birthed into the universe, right? That is like the portal. It's like the womb of energy. You can look at it like that, right? And we all are constantly creating or making manifest through a focus and attention, right? Emotion, subconscious energy. Where your attention goes, energy flows. That's what you're literally asking vibrationally. Or think about yourself like a magnet. When you like the magnets that pick up trash, and not saying it's trash, right? Whatever's in your subconscious, but some of it is, and we gotta get rid of that shit. So cleaning also very significant. Environmental wellness, right? There is a correlation between your environment and your emotional well-being and your mental clarity, your cognition, your ability to function, right? Just being around a messy environment stresses you mentally because it feels like you have a lot to do. There's no, it's a little more, I don't want to say there's no, but it's a little more challenging, or it can be more challenging, right? And again, this is all just based on data that's been collected over periods of time. So it doesn't have to be a reality, right? Maybe it doesn't, but again, everything is energy. So again, if you see a lot of piles of things that aren't really serving you anymore and you're wondering, why am I still holding on to this? That's a form of energy that has not been expressed and released from your field, right? Because it's literally still in your fucking vicinity, which is fine. I don't know why I'm getting all like so that might be how you I think I'm going to start doing these videos with my eyes closed. It's a little bit easier for me to like tap into what's being called for me to talk about. But I'm definitely tapping into this like little like, and even how I said little, like belittling, like scared, like nervous. Not like, it doesn't have to be super bad, right? If it's super bad and it's really heavy, then yeah, it can be heavy. But it can also just be kind of like on the verge of excitement, right? Because I've talked about this before. Fear and excitement are the same biochemical response. Is just your interpretation, your perception that determines what the body's calling out, right? If it's like fear, it's because you're still operating from thoughts and emotions and habits of scarcity, lack. And again, there's 4 levels to mindset, and they're at the beginning of the ebook. So if that's something that feels significant, you might want to check that out. I don't know the pages, to be honest, so I'm just going to be calling out things. And again, that's why I say bring out your ebook and your journal. But start studying that and start looking at the different aspects of wellness, because you might have abundance mindset financially, but with socially, you might have fear, lack, right? And that's where like it comes from wounds, shadow work, healing. I'm going to really start tapping into all of this for you all. I even like got some of my academic stuff that I've saved, just because I think, you know, why not educate people, right? Like, why not help someone that's really going through it? And even just by being able to acknowledge that, hey, that person might be having a bad day, like, you never know what's happening with them, let me just do something very small, like give them a smile or whatever, right? And it's just contagious, guys. So you don't have to do anything crazy if you don't feel comfortable, because it also is, or can be, very harsh on our system, especially if we're not ourselves okay. Remember, you can't help anyone unless you help yourself, right? So again, it's giving from this empty cup energy, right? Pouring into ourselves first. That's really the easiest way to help another person, is by you first showing up as a leader, because people are influenced by just your presence, right? Like, we learn through modeling, right? So modeling and cues, right? Communication is not so much verbal as it is, I can't think of the word right now, but there's different types of communication, all of it. So it's giving really like emotional intelligence too, because all these things I wouldn't know unless I had gotten my degree in like health education. But yeah, soothing yourself is very, like, right now what I'm doing, her paw, it's giving me comfort. And even how she's grabbing me like this. So sensories, okay, thank you. And I was like, sensories is going to be significant too, because I brought the little light out. It's right there, and the color now is pink. I don't know if you can see it right here. But when I used to work with autistic kids, we would have them in a sensory room, because if you don't know anything about autism, it's a very big spectrum. So it's not necessarily like, it's like everything else, right? To each your own. It's very individual. And the thing about autism, it's basically, if someone does not qualify with specific skill sets, it just makes them automatically autistic, right? For societal norm of, and I don't even know too much about this, to be honest. I know more like psychology, like DSM-5 type stuff. But anyways, there's a lot of different kind of conditions that are just based on patterns of expression and manifestation, right? And these are psychological, physiological. So your mind, which is not inside of your body, because mind is activity, and your physical vessel, which is not the mind or the soul. Okay? And again, these are all different dimensions and things I'm throwing around, but again, you have a free will to accept and reject whatever you like. This is all based on awareness, so whatever resonates with you, you can, again, remember, it's about how you receive this information and what you feel, what you think, or what you're going to do after this. That really is how this exchange of energy for my collective work. So yeah, now I feel like chill, like we talked a lot. You can pause the video here, and whatever notes you've been taking, start to kind of reflect on what this message was here to serve you for, what you got from it, what you're going to do with this information. And it could be something as simple, and I'm going to go get my whiteboard, as grabbing your whiteboard and writing down a word. Also, numbers can be something that trigger things within you, right? So, for example, in the US, 911, right? You've already been conditioned to look at that number and give it a specific association. So right now, that's also what we're going to be doing, is getting an angel message with a specific number, an affirmation. And again, the chakra cards also give us different tools, which again, all of the tools that are given in the cards, I put them in here, and some of the angel number messages through different journal prompts. So up to you to decide what you use, when you use it, and all of that good stuff. But being present is ultimately what's going to make a difference long term in your life, no matter what you're resonating with today, because if you're here in the now, you are open, and that means you are accessing your abundance. You are not restricted from any of the holistic wellness. You have it all. It is coming